In a world where 7 people will play a game like never before. Will they survive? Audio Dungeon.
Good evening and welcome to Audio Dungeon. I am your host, Tony Hansen, joined by the rest of the Audio Dungeon crew, Ross Pataro, Dan Isgro, Damian Scro, Brooke Armstrong, Vinny Pro, and Tom Kokoza. Today's special guest is Evan Moniz. How's everybody doing today?
Yeah. Very good.
Very good.
Awesome.
Holly Jolly.
Holly Jolly, very nice. Guys, let us know how you liked our trivia at the beginning. Our editor messed up 2 of them, so we're going to yell at him later when he got the answers and did not circle the correct ones.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
If you know what the incorrect ones are, then you pass the test. Right?
Yeah.
You definitely passed the test.
Yes. Guys, we have our giveaway. It's still going on for one more week. Vinny, want to tell them about it?
We're giving away a set of Drakenstone dungeon tiles. Head on over to the Gleam page. There's about 50 pieces in there. Make up your own dungeon tile set for your campaign and your adventures.
Awesome.
Nice.
Guys, we want to thank Fantasy Network, Dungeon TV, Phoenix Studios, Norse Foundry, and Master Monk. And say thank you to Nick Simone, Steve Keeley, Percival Fairweather, Todd Heaney, Justin Sarachik, Lee House, and Liam Lynch. Guys, today's episode is Season 4, Episode 15. More than meets the eye.
Ooh.
I'm waiting for the week when you turn around and you do like the season and you go for the episode number because I just don't remember what
If you notice, I slow down dramatically. I go, season? I don't know why I want to say 5. I look at Scro like he's going to help me with his powers of memory.
Yeah, he's gonna help you remember that number.
You know that's a terrible idea, right?
That's why I just look at you and I'm like, it's all on me.
I'm looking at you like, wow. That's the first time I've ever heard this.
I just look at you so you know what this pain is like. So, guys, yes,
appreciate it.
This is episode 15, More Than Meets the Eye. A lot happened last week. Evan's with us once again, playing his character, Volt. And, guys, for anyone who's on Discord, or anyone, if you're in Dungeon Dwellers right now and you are familiar with Discord, this is a great time to get in because we opened up a gigantic, detailed system to allow fan player characters to actually play with us and make weekly moves in the game that will affect the story right here on the live show. So, guys, if you're not already a part of the Discord, Todd, the moderator, is going to put in a Discord link for you in like a minute or two. And join up because it's a lot of fun. The community's growing, and everyone's having a great time doing it, working together, come up with strategies on how to save the world and help these guys out. And
boy, do we ever need the help.
It's a lot of fun. So,
Do it.
So, Dan, what are you getting from the fan player characters? Any major moves? Evan, also, I know you were checking it out before as well.
Let me take a look. I'm going to put up.
Bigba did it.
All right. So we have a lot going on in the Sunken City. Looks like Mist R will be investigating in the Sunken City and assigning people to salvage. Once everything's underway, he'll arrange a meeting with the leadership to work out next steps. And once he's done, he'll assign a chapter leader. He's going to assign Volt to the Sunken City, Livmora to Rhaegar, Leonard to White Falls. Looks like he has guild leader bonus 2 gold. Use large guild perk for magic items, and the guild perk is the magic user class. Next FPC is Xander. He'll head back to the vault, catch up with Mistar, and help arrange for salvage and search for items. And he'll help arrange and set up meeting with the leadership as well. His operative bonus is Lucky Find.
Awesome.
Next FPC is
Leonard. There's quite a few here. Let's just browse through what they're doing. You just finished. I'll pick it up from here, Dan. So heading to the vault to see what happens to help out. That's Leonard, Joe Donnelly's character. Charles Morrison, as we know, is down in the dungeon. He's waiting as Rob Arky went with Lump and Sparky into the crystal room, did not come back out. In that time, over the week, actually makes a journey, which you're going to find out, and goes right back up to get Orella to see what's going on and see what's going to, what she wants to do about the whole situation, because she was waiting in there to see if Findalar was going to come back in. Damien's like, okay.
Cool.
Garthard headed to the vault, helped Lamora in salvaging down airships. Onify landed airship near catapult to salvage. capture them for transportation to Rhaegar. Nice. That's it. So everyone is doing, as Dan was mentioning, and as I just picked up here, is it's a lot of salvage. And a lot of people are going over because the sunken city was basically attacked in a dramatic way, and people are trying to bury the dead. They're trying to get things back to normal, and that's it.
Clean up the place.
Yeah. So let's get into it, guys. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas.
Yeah.
If you're in the UK.
Whatever you like.
And
Enjoy.
yeah, for Christmas, I'm wearing of course, my favorite Christmas sweater, which is the Christmas Gorilla.
All right.
The Christmas Gorilla wants to say Merry Christmas, everybody.
Harambe?
It's not Harambe. It's Christmas Ambe. No,
It's Miss Karambe.
no, it's not Harambe or anything like that. Okay, so yeah, so let's see your. What'd you wear for Christmas?
Oh, I went.
Show me.
I went with the Die Hard.
Now I have a machine gun. Hold on. I expect nothing less. Anybody got any cool outfits on the stream right now?
I see some sweaters out there. I didn't.
I'm wearing Kokoza Family Christmas right here.
Nice.
National Lampoon's callback. There will be an outfit change at some point tonight.
I hope so.
Oh,
Wow.
please do it live on camera. That's all I ask.
Oh my
Wow.
God!
Whoa, you can't put that on TV.
Can somebody blur this out?
Digitize it. It's what?
Family show, Brooke.
This is how a family is made.
Are they
Dan.
hugging? They must be hugging, right?
They're just wrestling.
Listen, this is a family show. It's not a family making show.
It was like
okay?
a special hug.
It's a very special hug. That was some special
We
hug.
do a they're having a special hug, right?
Listen,
They're showing the Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah.
The deer on the reindeer on the bottom is choking, and the one on the top is trying to,
Right. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Pine cone. Dan, the one on the bottom made a pine
Christmas
cone.
sweater.
Gotcha.
Oh
Choke
my God.
Two mice looking at the Christmas window and enjoying a nice Christmas
See, Brooke?
scene.
That's wholesome.
That's nice.
I like this. One guy's looking one way, the other guy's looking the other way, and the other guy says, "What do you want from me?"
I didn't wear mine because I wore it to a party the other day and it's dirty. But it's Jesus putting his arm around Santa, and in his hand is a milk carton that says water on it.
Nice.
And for my sweater may appear to just be a simple winter theme of snowflakes, but I stand up.
Oh!
People skiing.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
It's a nice holiday ski trip. So
Wait, Rob, could you do me a favor? Could you stand up a second again?
yes,
Stand up again?
Oh my God.
And Rob, do me a favor and just spin around slowly so it looks like we're watching a
Right,
cartoon.
so they're moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you turn around a little bit, Rob? Now, I see the back.
All
What's
the
going
way
on in the
around,
back?
all the way around.
Anything
I
on
want to see the
back?
whole movie.
No,
Oh, that's boring.
Oh, look, there's one guy in the back there.
there it is.
Now, Rob, zip down a little bit.
Just
What?
a little.
Zip down a little bit, just a little bit.
Now the question is, what are you wearing underneath that zipper-up shirt of yours?
Yeah, you want to give us a little zip preview?
I mean, it can't get much worse. I mean,
you between Brooke and you guys, it's unbelievable.
it can't get much worse. I mean, Brooks' reindeer was showing us how to do the Heimlich.
Yes. I just watched the thing of Rob. Rob, you're going to get a lot of D&D nerd ladies after this one. Who's that guy?
Wow.
Okay, let's get started. Episode 15, More Than Meets the Eye.
Where were we?
Everyone that is upstairs. Everyone that is above the ground and not below
yes.
it, you are waking up from a rest. Guys, what is the final decision on how long you rested? Give me an immediate answer. Was it a short rest or a long rest?
Short rest for me.
Short rest.
I'm doing long rest.
Okay, so everyone who was a short rest is Damien. Who else is short?
Me.
Vin, Brooke,
Vin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
that-
me.
Dan, you, and Dan. Okay, so you guys wake up and you guys gather. We'll say you guys rest in Smithy's Tavern. Get some memories back there and some nostalgia. And you guys eat something quick. And obviously, like, you're trying to figure out what you're going to do here. So let's take it from there. You guys can role play.
All right. So we're going back down.
I mean, we should. I mean, how much more time do we have on the spell for water breathing? Anybody know? I mean, I don't know when.
It's gone now. Oh, wait, is it
No,
24
it's
hours?
24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
it's gotta
you,
be-
you only lost an hour, so you probably have about 3/4 of a day.
Okay, so we got plenty of time to swim back down there, but the question is, we don't know where. I mean, we know they went down from that junction that we were on, but we don't know where they went from there.
Is there any way someone can magically locate the collector's crystal? And can we
I can
kind
sense
of
where it's coming
follow it
from.
there, hoping that they got to it?
I can help.
Abyssia, you could help. What are you gonna do?
Yes, I can help. I can see. I can see where the crystal's coming from.
Oh, so when we were down there, you were able to see where it was?
Wow.
I was able to see the glow coming from the direction where I believe it would be. Yes.
All right, at least we have a general direction.
Okay.
Now the next question is, where's Findalar? Because I mean, we know Sparky, Arky, Lump, and
Nash is saying Sparky wants to send a message. So as he's traveling with Arky, which we're gonna go to that story in a second. But message is like 750 feet.
no, I think
believe.
it's 120.
120.
120. Sending is further. Sending is.
All right.
Yes.
Sending is the
so-
game.
yeah.
So Sparky is thinking about sending a message, but he does not because it's not far enough.
The real question is, where's Finn? Because we never really established where Findalar went.
Well,
We left him down
he
there.
disappeared from us while we were underwater. If we're going back under there, I guess we're gonna have to see if we can find any trace of him.
Do we have any way of contacting
We
him?
chased the demon up. I think he stayed behind. When we chased away, we were
Correct. Well,
chasing
they
Gaul,
said he did
right?
some sort of magic, and then he disappeared. So who knows where he went?
As you guys are talking, you hear Sparky kick in. It's with a sending spell. And you hear Sparky's voice. And we're going to say he does it to Botorius. And this is what you hear. Botorius! I'm with Arky, and we found the crystal, and we are traveling further, and just found a city. Goblins are here. Also.
Guys, I just heard from Sparky. He said he's with
Can
Arky.
you reply?
I heard. I just got a message in my head.
Wait, there's a 5% chance that this is not get through. Let's roll that right now.
Oh boy.
So basically, if I roll a 1, I do not.
I just heard from.
Is he able to
from-
reply or no?
It was like a magic message from Sparky,
Looking at him now.
and he said they found the crystal, and they're going further.
You can
and
answer. You can answer 25 words.
They found a. I can answer him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I want to tell everybody what I heard first. So whoever.
I think you have to do it immediately,
Oh
Yeah, I believe it's like an instant.
and can answer in a like manner immediately.
Okay. I say. Okay.
Do great.
We're gonna come try to find you.
And case 10. Wow, I love this right now. Keep going.
I also like how Botorius is holding the can to his ear.
like he's getting Morse code.
I'm getting the message.
guys, let me just lay down this track first, okay?
Yeah. Sparky's underground. Yeah. He don't know what he found. Hey. It might be your town. Oh. Something going down underground. That was 10s. What do you got?
All right.
You don't have to say anything more. Like you can
That's it.
stop if you want.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't help him. You always help.
I didn't need to help him.
Stop helping him.
I'm sorry.
So can we get the transcript read back on that? What did you say?
Now this is the real
You have to,
trick.
you have to rewatch the episode later.
This is the real trick.
We're gonna come
Did you
and
count
find
to
you
3?
guys.
You kept the 3. We're gonna.
If we did, we're totally done. There's 10 plus that
I
we're
only
going.
said that like
Just like-
once, maybe twice. There was a few ums in there.
Okay, so you can continue role playing with them. So Botorius stops and then starts looking around. All you see is like the reactions that he's doing of him talking and thinking.
Bo?
And then that ends, and here we are there. Go ahead.
Bo, you okay? You okay, buddy?
He's grabbing his
Just
ear.
heard from Sparky. He said he's with Arky, and they found the crystal in a city with goblins. They're going further down, he said.
A goblin city.
He
Below
said
the
there was a
crystal?
city, and that there was goblins. He didn't necessarily say it was his goblin city, but there was both of those things mentioned.
So who's in the room with us?
Abyssia.
Well, I mean, besides our
Hogar.
group. Oh, we're not with.
There's other townspeople in there too. People are resting, trying to like eat and recover.
Are we with the mayor by any chance? I can't think of his name
No.
right now. I'm drawing up a complete blank.
No.
Okay.
People are either sleeping or working hard right now.
Okay. So I look to the rest of the party. I'm like, have you? I'd never heard of goblins below the sunken city before.
Well, I also said that we were probably going to try to come find them.
Well, that we're definitely gonna go and try and find them. It's just a matter of where they are.
I figured.
Wait a second. What else did he tell you, Bo?
He said they found the crystal. He also said that they were going to continue further, which I imagine was further downward or throughout the cave system or whatever. And he said that they found a city and goblins.
They found the crystal, and they found a city.
Yeah, that's what he said.
All right. Well, we know they went down that tunnel, right? From where that junction where you guys were, where we all split off with the open area. So we know if we get back to there and we head below deeper,
There's a chance we'll find him.
with Abyssia guiding us, there's a good chance that we're gonna find the crystal, and then from there maybe we could pick up their tracks. Hopefully that
There wasn't it underwater. It's not really going to
I
be
don't.
tracks.
We don't know. We don't know.
Oh, well, it was
We don't know.
underwater the way they went.
Yeah. We don't know.
Right.
Uh,
But still, I think that's a good place to start.
so when do we leave?
Now,
Let's go now.
who's still sleeping? Like, who are we leaving behind?
I don't think anybody. I think we're all here.
All of us?
Right.
Bolt is still resting,
Oh, Volt.
Volt's still sleeping. Yeah.
so good luck getting there.
Well, no, we have.
Abyssia said she knows, like, the direction, right?
We know.
Volt has a
Oh, wait, no, you guys
underwater
still have
breathing
water
suit
breathing.
on.
That's right, never mind.
Yeah, we have water breathing. Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
still
water breathing is still on you guys. Yep.
So all right. So I guess we start. Was Volt planning? I don't know. I don't remember. Was Volt planning on coming with us, or was he?
I think
Yeah,
he
as for-
was, but
You have every intention to know that Volt was planning on
Yeah.
coming.
Okay, so then I guess
we
we'll go and wake him first, and then we'll continue.
Okay.
You going?
You
down.
go. Hold up, Evan. So you go into the room. You wake up. Volt.
I mean,
You said it already. You said you're trying to metagame right now, so I'm not gonna let you. So
Yeah.
you go
Yeah.
into the room.
definitely just said it.
Go ahead, wake him up.
yeah. Volt, we're leaving.
We're going. Wake up.
What?
Volt, Volt, you're. If you go back to sleep, it starts over.
What? What are we doing?
We're
going.
We're leaving. We're going to find the rest of the party.
We're going to find the rest of the party? Okay. If I come with you, I won't be much help. I can shoot things.
That's up to you. We want to let you know that we were leaving.
Rest, then good.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna go put the underwater suit back on, and then I'll meet you back there.
All right.
Okay, so you guys get together. You all assemble. It is Abyssia, Botorius, Hogar, Thistle, and Volt.
Are we missing anybody? Lump is down there already.
Yeah, there's NPCs.
Sparky and Arky
They're down there.
down there.
Jacques probably resting.
Jacques was.
Finn is
Jacques,
in
he came back.
yeah.
He's resting.
Finn is in Magic Land, someplace.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's everybody.
That's everybody.
Okay.
So so I got the short rest, right? What does that give me?
Just some hit points.
Hit points? Okay.
Okay, so you guys are waiting for Volt just to get ready, or just come out. The door to Smithy's Tavern opens up, and in walks Harold, the ginger wizard. And he walks right up. He's kind of like nods to all of you, and then stops and then directs his conversation to Holgar.
I gave the body to the queen. She seemed upset, and
grateful at the same time.
Why was she upset?
Because her husband is dead in front of her.
Well, I okay.
Good answer.
Well, okay.
Oh yeah.
Seems suspicious to me.
Thank you for delivering King Argon back to the Queen.
Of
And
course.
thank you for meeting us back here.
Yeah, where we going next?
We're heading back underneath the sunken city because
You stopped the creature, the demon.
we did. We killed the demon, but now we're going back underneath the city to find the rest of our party who found the collector's soul crystal.
Very good.
And apparently they found another city?
The nearest city is Anwar. There's no other city down there.
I don't know. Otorius was told in a magical message from a member of our party.
Okay, and I suppose Arella's already down there as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you guys make your way back to the vault to go through the area where the the demon, broke through and carved out like a whole new meteoric hole into the vault.
Take the fast route.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna go over to Arky right now, and we're gonna find out what's going on with him. Okay, Arky, you are with Lump and Sparky right now, and you guys have been traveling for a bit through the tunnels, following the goblins that came into the crystal area. When we last left off, you guys saw a city and opened up to a very large cavern. And the city seems familiar to you, and you recognize the city as Anwar. You can roleplay.
Sparky, this is Anwar. The goblins are bringing the collector's crystal to Anwar. My, who could be behind this? Should we?
I don't know if I like this. And we're far away from everyone else.
I know, but my first instinct is we should sneak in and see if we could get some information. But I'm wearing this suit. Makes it hard to sneak around, I think.
Leave the suit here, or hide the suit then. Or I'll give me the suit. I'll wear the suit.
I've got bad you'll wear the suit.
I'll wear the suit. Or let's hide it in a rowboat.
I've had bad experiences hiding suits in rowboats. You'd think a rowboat on a dock would be a perfectly safe place.
Exactly, it's a perfect place.
How far away is the closest goblin to us? That's the first question.
So you see in the distance, goblins are making their way throughout the city. It's very odd because it seems like there's people, citizens walking around the city. It's bustling. It's very busy. If you remember Anwar from season 1, episode 11 and 12, and but you see lines of goblins walking through, bringing these bags of crystals towards the center of the city.
Okay. Against my better judgment,
Of
I
course.
think you're right. I'm gonna take the suit off, leave it here, and we'll just do a little quick recon. Come back, and do a quick recon. Come back, get the suit, and then we'll go bring back because we want to have information for everyone else.
How's this?
See these other faces shaking their heads at me. Arky doesn't
How's
see
the
that.
saying go? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
This is different. I mean, who am I talking? I'm talking to him. This is different. Hide it in a hole.
I gotta tell you, Rob does some doozies right now.
It's not different.
For everyone who's caught, for anyone on Patreon, for Audio Dungeon Patreon, if you're up to date right now, like we left off this moment, you're like Rob,
the definition.
what did you just do?
The definition
I've
of
been thinking about that
insanity.
moment through all week. I was like, what did I do?
Oh my God,
The definition of insanity is doing the same act over and over and expecting a different outcome.
guys.
Hey Tony,
every-
which suit is he wearing?
Which suit are you wearing? You're wearing like the flight suit, right?
The flying suit, yeah.
Guys, just so you know that Facebook's acting a little funny right now. If you refresh the stream, you'll be able to reactivate stars. We have some people trying to donate that are unable to, and you'll find out if you refresh it now, you will be able to donate once again. 600 stars. 600 stars from Scott Weber. Sparky says, "Well, let's find out where they are taking the crystals, and I can disguise self."
Ah.
Yeah.
This plan gets better every second.
Thanks for the stars.
Okay. And wait, is Lump with us as well?
Yeah, Lump's just like looking around. You look at Lump like, see, I have nothing to say.
Are there half orc? Would a half orc stand out? Or Sparky would disguise that he's a half orc? Or is that necessary? I scan the crowd. Is it very multicultural?
It looks.
cosmopolitan?
It's It's cosmopolitan.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people from the world.
Multicultural city.
Yeah, it's multicultural,
Good.
definitely.
All right. So I find a little alcove.
Charles Morrison suggests that Lumpy could guard the suit. Lumpy. that Lump could guard the suit.
Not bad. Lump. I want to you stay here, guard the suit. If anything happens,
Me cast spell and get out of situation.
get the suit out of here. Exactly.
Right, no. Me throw suit at them as distraction and run.
If you can take one out with it, fine. But
Right, take one out with the suit and go other way.
Yes.
So, just for mechanics purposes, the suit does have signal flares on it.
Yes.
You would know that.
Rob's gonna come back, and Lump is now gonna be a wizard druid gunslinger.
You're not gonna fit in that suit, Lump. So try.
Maybe a piece of it.
Maybe if we take out everything inside, suit fit.
Works like Iron Man, where he's just wearing the wrist pieces and
Yeah.
the important parts.
Got the shell of it on.
200 stars from Scott Weber. Sparky is going to disguise self and make himself look like a goblin.
Nice.
Sparky goes, how about this? Yeah. He turns into a goblin.
Perfect. Can you do that to me too? Oh no. Is it a one shot deal?
Well, it is disguise self.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll be. No.
So in the title.
There's gnomes around.
No, there's no gnomes around, just us goblins.
All right. Lump, you guard the suit. Sparky, let's go.
Got it. Wear suit.
I get out of the suit.
Okay, so you and Sparky make your way down, and you make your way into the city. The city is a huge cavern. With the first thing that you'll be encountering is like a waterway, like a river running, crossing your path, and there's a bridge there. This is for those that know the series from season 1. You'll know that this is the water passageway that continues all the way up from the sunken city in that area and all the way down into the dark by way through the Goblin Warrens and through Ironstone and through Rock Bottom and then out into the Dark Sea in the dark. So you cross over the bridge and you make your way and you see a couple of guards there, and the guards are like,
Halt. Where do you hail from?
Greetings. We are from Anwar.
You are from Anwar. What is your guild?
The Iron Workers Guild.
Come on, Rob, say it. Say it.
he looks at him and he goes like,
Wait here. Goblin, you can enter.
yeah. And he walks in. When Sparky as a goblin walks past him, he turns around and he goes,
I give him just a reassuring nod.
Listen. I don't know where you came from, but if you want to enter Anwar, you must take the trial.
The trial? What is that?
I can tell you no more.
This is funny because Rob wasn't here. He took-
Oh my God!
I completely forgot he wasn't here for
and
it.
I don't think Rob didn't watch the episodes. I don't think Rob knows the trial, which is fantastic.
Oh my God! Crazy.
Well, of course, I want to enter Anwar, and I'm perfectly willing to do the trial. There's no reason I could give you why I wouldn't.
Guess I'm doing the trial. What a side quest.
This episode just got that much better.
So the guard says, okay, come with me. After you. Walk
Tony
this
had
way.
1.5 episode where the party was together.
Oh man.
Yes.
I wouldn't even give it a half.
Do you walk with the guard?
Yep.
Okay, so the guard takes you to an area that's like right next to the river, and you see that there is a some kind of door that goes into like a smaller building. The building is probably about a small size, probably about like a 10 by 10, and you can't imagine what would be inside this building. But it's like a heavy door that goes inside, and he says, "Wait right here, and we'll have somebody get the wizard for you, the gun wizard, and you'll be on your way."
Great.
So you see someone in the distance is running off, trying to get somebody, and obviously they see you as very unexpected. No one ever gets this close and in this quick, and it is unknown to them. Okay, we're gonna hold off right there. So interesting there. Didn't see this one
That's
coming.
great. So great.
It's very good that he has none of his stuff. Too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He doesn't have the suit or nothing.
No, he's got nothing.
I almost want to like bypass all of us and just watch what Rob does now for like the next
can
hour.
we just watch the
Never-
Rob show?
I certainly got a pistol at my side. I mean, that goes without saying.
I'm totally cool with that right now.
It's funny because he's not even going in with Lump or Sparky.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just him.
It's the NPC that's gonna run the player's quest.
Okay, so we're gonna cut off to somebody that no one's playing, no one that's here at playing this right now. This is the character DEW that was waiting outside for Rob. Luckily, he didn't wait, and over the week he texted me, and so he goes back up to the lair where Ember is, and he gets Arella. And I'll paraphrase everything. While you're there, also, which is Charles Morrison's character, you find littered around the lair dragon scales, which I know you wanted, and so you can find them there, and you can grab a bunch and put them into your backpack. Arella sees you, and you talk to Arella, and he basically convinces her that like they found the crystal. Come with me, and we don't know where Findalar is, but maybe we should come. She agrees, and they travel back down towards the crystal where they went, and I'll leave it right there. You don't know if they went any further than that. Charles Morrison, you can let me know if you guys go further in. And Todd, if you see his response, let me know what he says. Guys, don't forget you can give re-rolls and enhancements to the group right now, which can be activated by likes and hearts on the stream. Guys, if you get 50 likes or hearts on this video and 50 shares, it will open up a +2 enhancement for the entire group, no matter where they are on what storyline, and as well as it will give them access to their re-rolls and enhancements. So, guys, please like and heart the stream, and please share it out with your best friends. Okay. Next up is Tom. Tom Gakoza. You know when they woke up. Shadow and flame. Tom,
That sounds great.
how you doing, Tom? You doing good?
I am doing well. I'm enthused about tonight.
Okay.
Not so much with the Balrog reference before my session starts, but okay, let's do this.
Gotcha. Let me just set some music. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Just the tone I chose. No reason. Everything's great. How are you?
Nothing to see here. Carry on.
Tom, you did something very interesting last week. You were in Ember's lair, the dragon that is no longer here, and you tried a risky teleportation through the rock below you, where it looked like the crystal was there physically in some depth below the cavern you were in.
Mm-hmm.
You teleport through and run into a little bit of trouble. And you're seeing literally almost the inside of the crystal, rock, and another cavern. And you expect to be bounced back. But instead of being bounced back, you're not. And you're in some kind of situation. You do remember from the Red Knight's crystal that there were a few situations where something like this happened again, where magic gets messed up anywhere near the crystal. And that happens once again. So it's not every spell, it's certain spells and what you saw. It's basically just depends on what you're doing. And it does have to do with spells for teleporting and going back and forth. As you're sitting there in some sort of limbo, all of a sudden you feel your body get wrenched up in a very painful way. And all of a sudden you're floating in some direction, which doesn't make any sense to you because around you there is no direction. And all of a sudden you're in a room floating and you see a demon with his hand out like this. And the demon is Gaul.
Ooh.
Behind him is the huge amber crystal that is cracked and looks like it's been either cut in pieces or there's a large crack through it. It looks in a very dismal state. Gaul seems to be surprised that you're here, but he has his hand on you, basically like he's holding you in some kind of like paralysis.
Well. So you found me. And now what is your plan?
I can't let you take this crystal, Gull. One way or the other, I will try and stop you.
Trust me, there is nothing you can do except help me. I could use your magic.
He brings you over to a couple of feet to like the left, and he leaves you in some kind of paralysis state. And all of a sudden you see you feel like the magic in your body like going to the outside of your body, and you see it like funneling over to him as he goes back to what he was doing, which apparently is some sort of ritual spell.
Ooh,
and you see all this. You see all these things out around him. A lot of spell components on the floor, and definitely recognize the magic as necromantic, and scrying, and well, that's what you notice right off the cusp. He goes back to casting. You immediately, since he's not looking at you, you immediately try to move. You realize that physically there's nothing you can do to move right now, and you're obviously confused, I'm sure. You are on the very, very top as you're looking around, which all you can do basically is shift your head a little bit. And you're at the very, very top of a giant chamber at the top of the crystal. And just go to the ground would be easily more than a couple hundred feet. You can't even see all the ground just because the crystal is so vast. What do you want to do, if anything?
I'm going to see if I can... First thing I'm going to try to do is try and see if I can pull the magic that was taken out away from me back into me. I'm going to try and like mentally, spiritually kind of draw it back and see if I can do that. I don't really know exactly what he did, but I want to see if I can kind of reverse that effect.
Okay, so you start trying to change. So he's funneling your magic off you, which is all your spell points right now. Right. So you feel the magic going outward. If you want to try, what you can try is to repel the magic like a burst, almost like unleash it all at once. The risk that you'll be doing is that you'll be giving up all of your spell points to try to make the save. The save won't be too hard. We're gonna make it we'll make it intelligence. It'll be a 15, but you will expel all of your magic to do so.
All right, so I could break him sucking the magic out of me.
Yeah, you can like throw them all at once. That's basically the last thing you could think of controlling, since that's basically what you just tried now. So you can feel it's working, but you realize you'll have to finish the spell. And that's kind of what you're doing.
Okay. All right. Do I think I can do that in, let's say, 6 or 12 seconds from now. As like a back pocket thing while I try and think of something else.
Yes.
So I think okay.
So you're gonna be losing 1d4 spell points per round,
Okay.
and right now 1 round passes.
Okay. You want me to track it?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So it's 3 for this round. The other thing I'm going to try and do, the first thing I'm going to try and do is, I'm going to try and reach out to the collector again. I see that his soul crystal is cracked, but I'm in very close proximity to it. I am, in a way, bonded with him, if not bound to him. I'm going to see if I can tap into that connection again.
Okay.
All right. So I guess I'm going to try and pray, which is, again, I think the first time I tried that was last week. So it's not something in my life. So it's not
make a
something
roll. You can make it a wisdom check.
All right.
And see what you got.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, wow.
So
Interesting.
22.
Okay, so since you rolled a natural 20, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on, even though you're not going to get the successful answer you hope for.
Yeah.
So the collector, with 100% accuracy, you know the collector is not present in the crystal. Okay, you can feel that he's trapped in Ganderstone, which is where he was caught,
Right.
and you know that.
Right.
So the crystal is not tied to an ancient right now. It's almost like the crystal is free and just hanging out. Okay.
Oh,
If you want to ask me another question or two about it, I'll answer those because for your natural 20.
All right. It's okay. So it's not tied to an ancient, but is it still powered with a does it still
Yes.
have the same type of power source? Okay.
Yes.
And then do I get a sense that the light that's coming from this crystal is similar to the energy of the collector, or could it be powered perhaps by a different ancient? Like, has someone taken over this stone? While
You
it's
believe
vanished?
that anyone could take this energy, especially from what you know when Abyssia touched it, and you believe that this power could be stolen. If that's what you're asking, someone else could use it, but it's inherent to the collector. It's kind of like a heart that could be transplanted in someone else's body. It could be used by someone else. Maybe it's compatible, maybe it's not, but you know who it belongs to.
Okay. All right.
This is also just put in perspective for you. This reminds you that the collector and whatever power he has in him is completely cut off from the power he could have.
Right. All right. Okay. Shoot. What is the okay? So that's all the questions I have for that.
Okay.
Gull, he's doing this ritual. There's like, what has he got? Like runes in front of him. He's got like
Yes.
signs.
So he's speaking a different language, and it's infernal, and you remember your ability that you received from Andar, where you can understand the languages. So the words come to you, and you're able to kind of put together what's going on. You see around him is a large crystal of obsidian. And there are 2 spells that looks like that he's doing. Whether he's done one or not, it looks like he hasn't. But one is a summoning spell, and one is a spell to open up a rift using the obsidian crystal.
Right. Okay. All right. Shoot. Okay. I'm trying to think of what I can do.
While you're thinking, Todd, just let me know about Charles Morrison. She said she can cast send to the other crew to see where they are and what they see. And there's gold down there too. Right. No smithing for me, lol. A suit is the idea, though.
Okay.
For Dragon Scale. Okay, so so they're making their way for character Do and for Arella. They're making their way back down to the crystal area. And the guys from above. Tom, you want me to give you a couple minutes to think? or do you want to continue?
Yeah, you can go to somebody else. I have the beginnings of a plan, but you can go to somebody else.
Okay. With an audio dungeon, that's like far further than the plan usually gets. So that's good. You're already doing great.
Yeah.
The beginnings of an idea. We're gonna go back up top, and guys, don't forget to like and heart the stream right now, and also share it out with anyone you think might love it. Let people know about Audio Dungeon, please. We appreciate it. Guys, we're going up top. You guys are making your way down.
Before we go down, Tony, so it's a new day, right?
No.
Like a new dawn? New day?
No,
I don't think so.
It's only you only slept for an hour.
Okay, so the short rest was just an hour?
I thought
Okay.
short rest was like 4 hours. Or
No,
something.
short rest is an hour.
Oh, okay.
It's an hour or 8.
Okay, so it's the same day still? All right.
Yes. That's how exhausted you are. You wake up and like, is it a new day finally?
Mm.
No.
Is it tomorrow? No?
Boy,
When will that
you
be
there?
now?
What day is it? It's the day after we won the war of the sunken city, sir.
The same day it is you asked me last time.
Yeah, large
Still
bird.
day.
I found 2 patents.
Hey. Oh,
It's only an hour later.
Buy me the biggest turkey you can afford with your own money. No answer for the boy. He just leaves. I'm tired of this. Okay. So what are you guys doing? You going down?
Yes.
Yes.
There's the plan.
Okay, Volt, you're wearing your underwater suit, right?
Yeah, I go back to the shop and re-equip, if you will.
Do you all go to the shop with him? Actually, the shop's on the way, actually, because it's right next to the vault. So you guys pass the shop. As you get there, you see the... David's so happy right now. You see the windows are cracked.
Oh, no.
And there's a guy outside who looks a little bit like he got punched in the eye by somebody. And he seems very upset. And the shop does not say Arky Shop anymore. It says Corny's Corner.
What's this?
Didn't I take the sign down? I thought I took the sign down.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, either way, it's up.
This,
it's up again.
Where Arky's
back up.
shop was?
Hey, what's going on here? You're the man who hit me up yesterday. Not yesterday. It's still the same day. You hit me into the next day. That's how much it felt. What are you there? His gang?
What? What are you saying? This man hit you?
This man attacked me
What?
with fisticuffs. He pulled out Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary.
Wait a second. I turned to Volt. Is this true? Did you assault this man?
Yeah, I had to get into the shop to get my suits, and he wouldn't.
Sir,
let me in the
he
shop.
admits
I don't
it.
know what the deal is?
He admits it. A true criminal.
They're my suits.
Wait,
I'm a partner with the shop.
you were stopping him from going in the shop?
He has no permission. This is Corny's
Looks
Corner.
like one of the workers
Who is this
was
man?
taking over the shop, thinking that Gnome Patrol died, is what it looks like.
Well, this was
So wait. So let me get this straight.
wasn't this Arky's shop?
So Arky's lying to us then? He really wasn't running the shop?
No,
No, I mean it's Arky's shop. I think this guy just took it over.
Did you
Excuse me.
take
somebody
over
in my
Arky's
right
shop? Is that what you did?
Sir, I'm sorry, but I don't have to answer any questions to you and your criminal friend.
Oh.
But I will tell you that you have to get the authorities on this one.
Me, I am not a criminal. Okay.
I don't know what's going on here, and I really don't care what's going on here.
I'm just going into the shop again.
Don't you know who I
Gonna
think I
just-
am?
Sir, I'll tell you, I know you're a dwarf here, and dwarves don't have a very trusting history here in the Sunken City, as we all
But
know.
I do. I am one of the heroes of the city.
Sure, and I'm a hero.
Oh, I never heard of you.
I'm the hero of Corny's Corner, not
Come on.
letting the criminal
Get outta
masterminds
here.
get inside.
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
He looks at you and he kind of gulps at how big you are. You can enter.
Have you ever heard of the Blackwater Bandits?
No, I have not.
Years ago.
No, I have not. But I'll make sure to put that in my report.
Wait, you live under a rock?
Hogar, this guy's not worth talking to. He's obviously on the take.
All right. What do you need in the shop then?
I'm gonna go reload and armor up and.
Okay, so you get all your stuff, and you make your way over to the vault, and you guys begin your journey downward. You guys start heading down. It takes about I forget how long it took you to get down before. About a half an hour? Or a few
I don't
hours?
remember.
I can't remember.
Possibly.
It took you a while. It takes you a while to get down. You guys make your way down to where the water starts. You still have water breathing on you. Volt has a suit on. You guys submerge into the water.
Onward.
You come up to the area where Ember's meeting area where Olin and Bludgy used to meet with her, and right next to there, the collector's dungeon. What do you do at that point? Remember, you're all underwater. You can't talk normally.
Which way was the?
Just a reminder for everybody: this is Thistle, Motorius, Abyssia, Holgar, Vault.
I signal to continue to the that intersection that we went through, where like he opened up the air pocket, like we had to like circumvent.
Which would be down.
Yeah, so I signal to that.
Okay, so Thistle points down.
I head downward.
Okay, Abyssia, Holgar, you follow Volt.
I look at Abyssia and just kind of go.
Tony, I can see where the light is, right? Like I can see.
Here, you can't see any light. You're not close enough.
So yeah, I don't know where they had that pocket at, but I would, if someone has a direction they want to go, I would just follow.
And Abyssia, you remember where to go, so you don't need to see the light. You can just say where you want me to
Yeah.
go.
Okay. So I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I know the path of how to get back to the big room, but I don't know if that's where they're trying to go.
Okay, so you guys go down. It's another about 30 minutes down swimming, and you reach the area that was a junction point between. You can go down the way that Sparky went, or you can go horizontal the way that Ember's lair was, where you first fought Goal. Which way do you want to go?
So at this point, I look to Abyssia and I give her the, 2 fingers to the eyes and,
Two fingers in the eyes.
like that. Like,
Remember when
Look
this
at Hogar
happened?
and
Down.
And dude, like, does he see any tracks at Hogar?
You can't tell me what you mean to say by doing that. You got to just do it.
I'm doing like this, like I'm like Hogar, and I'm doing.
Don't tell us. Just do it. That way they don't know. You really don't know what you're saying because they don't.
Okay, so he went like this, and then he went like this.
It probably looks like C walking.
Dancing.
Yes. Do you see me dancing in the water? Look at me.
I look to Abyssia. Is she doing anything as far as giving us?
She's
any
making other
direction?
people dance.
Is that what she's doing? All right. Then
Look at mine. Mine's dancing as well.
I start doing different moves and flipping around.
Look, I can do buck step.
That's okay, so I point downward then.
Okay. You jackasses.
I point downward where Arky went. If I know that's the way that they went.
You do know.
I point
Okay,
to where
then I
see
would
the-
point
the
downward.
light coming up from.
Okay, so who does not go down?
I go down.
Okay, so everyone goes down.
Yep.
Okay, you all start making your way swimming downward and go deeper and deeper underneath the sunken city.
Can we tell how deep we are at this point?
This man can tell you and make a roll. Intelligence.
Intelligence? 14.
14.
Pretty good.
Respectable.
You think that you're probably about
It's kind of my wheelhouse, though.
600-700 feet down.
I know that, but I'm not saying anything because we're underwater. Yeah, I'm not gonna start like trying to tell you.
This is how many feet down we are.
Did you actually ask me or try to ask me? Yeah, like no. You asked him.
I asked him.
At a game,
That's
but
right. So that's true.
In game, I might know that, but
So in
I'm not
game,
telling
you think about that and you wonder, but
Yeah.
these two things that can't get together.
So I think about it.
So
I'm checking out the rocks. I'm thinking about.
you look
the
over at
mining.
Damien, you're like, I bet he knows. He won't. He won't tell me.
I at this point I just kind of like look to Abyssia to like lead to see where we need to go.
Okay. So you guys head down. You head down for almost an hour now, and finally you come to a path. And at this point, Abyssia, you're following any bits of dust that you start seeing when you get deep enough, and you're like, thank God, because we have nothing else to follow right here. Sparky was following a spell. You're now following the bits of dust that floated out. You make a couple of wrong turns, but ultimately you find the path that leads to more of these things. And finally you guys come up in a pocket. You look around and you breathe air for the first time in a while. And you look around and sitting on a rock is Dew and Aurella.
Oh.
Well, there you are. What happened?
Oh, hey,
Lorella, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
we're looking for Arky and Sparky and Lump.
Dew says that they walked through this way. But I sense great magic in there, and I assume it's the crystal. But I don't know. I believe I'm sensing something else.
Can we see the crystal in this room?
No.
Oh, it's
No.
well, it's a tunnel, right? That leads to it.
You come up into like a smaller cave, and you can now walk into a cave like door, almost like an entrance, to go through like a winding area.
Tony, can I sense the other thing that Aurella's sensing?
You can sense the crystal nearby, and you sense something tells you that something like with Dragano is nearby, like an agent of Dragano or some magic of Dragano, something like that. You're not sure how to pinpoint it.
Okay, so I tell them what I'm feeling, what I'm sensing.
Oh boy.
All
All right, so this way.
yeah, I guess.
Let's
So
go.
Harold casts a spell. Harold stops everybody. It's like, trying to think of the easiest way he can. Oh, you guys are. I'm sorry. You guys are. I was thinking how he's gonna speak, but you guys are in air right now. Yes. I'm worried. We should have looked about what happened. We should have. What are we walking into? You guys were here before. I feel like we're walking into a situation with great magic, and we know absolutely nothing. We're just going to walk in. I have to agree here. We don't really know what's behind these rocks.
We're looking for our friends. I mean, they might
I
need
pulled
help.
out 2 sticky bombs. I'm ready.
They might need help. They could be in trouble.
Dragano is going on behind those walls.
As far as I was concerned, this was a rescue mission. I mean, we could always get everybody out of here, bring them back up to the surface, and then plan to deal with this dark magic, whatever it is.
oh, if there's
I don't have time to do that.
I have the ability to teleport us.
Really?
Yes, it's an archmage ability that I have. But once we get too close, if this is the crystal, from what I know, I will lose that ability. So are we sure before we walk into this? Are we sure?
well, I look to
Find the crystal and get eyes on it first.
all right. I look to Arella and who's the other person that's down here?
Harold, you said?
No.
Harold, the ginger wizard.
No, this is somebody,
Dew.
and Dew.
Dew.
I look to Dew. I'm like, Arky, Sparky, and Lump went through here.
He says, yeah, he did.
Well, if they went through here,
We're going.
we're going through here. And I'd
right.
say that to Harold.
Yeah.
So either you can teleport us in, or we're going on foot.
Abyssi, did you share what you saw?
You could
She
stay
did.
here.
What you felt?
I told him yes.
If you're saying it's an agent of Dragano here,
Yes.
but the only demon that came down here was Gold, and you said you killed him.
Yeah.
Maybe another one got through. Who knows? Maybe one of the wizards got through. It could
Maybe
be
he's
anybody.
not. Maybe he wasn't dead.
Didn't
Maybe
we?
he just
Didn't
retreated.
somebody take? Like,
They had his head. He was definitely
Yeah,
dead.
Like,
Wait.
Yeah, whatever
he
we killed was
shredded.
dead, but whether that was a vessel or a clone or a
Yeah,
Right.
maybe it
Does
was.
anyone have anything-
something with magic?
Do any of you have anything of his?
He's a magic user.
yeah,
Oh,
we
wait.
still have our goal items
Did
that
I-
we haven't
If you
figured
have,
out
if
what
you
are
have
yet.
something
Yeah.
something that he had of a personal effect.
oh, did we take anything? From
Yeah,
him?
they did. 3 of them did.
We all took.
I think like I have one, and I think there was.
We have one what a personal item.
Brooke took
Yeah.
one. Brooke took one. I think
I
Tom
don't-
took
I
one.
don't think I took anything.
No, me and you didn't take anything.
I took one.
And Dan took one. There's like 3 or 4 people that took them.
If you're willing, I'd like to cast a spell on the items.
Sure.
Of
Sure.
course.
I give it-
Hogar,
I give it
do
whatever
you
it
recall the spell I cast on the sword?
Yes.
I'm going to try another spell of the same likeness.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys put your items in. Everyone put your hand in the center. And he starts casting a spell, and you see reality around you go. It starts changing. All of a sudden, you see the events of a big shark coming at you, and you're like, "Whoa!" And you see him fighting off a shark, and the shark's like, The shark's coming at him, and then
I recognize
all
that
of a sudden
guy.
you see I recognize that shark. You see time is like jumping back and forth, and all of a sudden you see the battle that you had with Gaul in the chamber, which was earlier this day. You see him in the whirlwind. You see Tom casting a spell on him, Fiddlar, and then you see it go before that, and you see him. You see it stop, and then almost like Harold kind of like looks at the moment, and the moment's allowed to happen in real time. And you see Gaul is looking around the area, kind of like looking as if he's arrived to where he wanted to be. So he starts investigating, and
Is this? I guess this is prior to like the fight. Is that
this is prior to the fight.
Yeah,
Okay.
prior to us coming.
obviously it would have to be? I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he looks around, and you see him looking everywhere. He says a couple things in a different language, and you see various items which you recognize a detect magic spell of some sort, and you see all these items light up. You see like look around, quickly scanning, looks across the room, and then looks down at his feet. Kneels down. Remember, he's underwater right now. Kneels down, kind of like brushing the water up. And you see him like trying to look at the dust. He goes like this, and you see all the oxygen comes pours into the room, and does that same spell he did before. Goes, and he walks around. A bunch of stuff falls to the ground. He walks over, look around the objects, and about to look down again. And he looks up, and he sees the key. And he walks over to this large key. It's actually not in the correct assembling. You see him picks it up, looks at it, and then fixes it so it's assembled as a key. And like looks back. You see him go like this, and you see black shadow just come up into like a circle. And you see him looking at a vision of it, and he sees you guys coming and like swimming down into the area. And he goes, he like knocks it away. He pulls out a piece of obsidian, puts it on the ground, casts a spell over it, and you see the obsidian comes up into the same type of smoke, and you see eyes on the other side of the smoke.
What is it? Master, I have found the crystal. It is below the chamber, but I am being pursued by the so-called heroes of this world. What should I do? Continue your mission. You must do what you must to survive and empower me. Yes, Master.
Knocks the shadow away. You see him take a knife out, and he starts cutting the knife into his chest. And you see him rip in, and he's like screaming, like it's like he reaches his heart, and he pulls out like a chunk of his heart.
Oh man!
And you see like bleeding out, and you see him does something to kind of heal it, but in a very, very like frightening or grotesque way. And he has like a piece of his heart on the floor that's like still beating. He puts it on the ground and begins to cast a spell, like he's like clutching his chest, and the heart grows exactly what Evan just said. It grows into like a homunculus clone of himself. And it comes up eventually and forms into him. He looks at the cob himself, and he goes, and he hands the key.
You will wait here for them, and you will lead them astray.
You see the other one leaves, and you see now the original one turn into like black smoke and go right down, which you might have noticed last week was kind of a hint of why he didn't do this. Just goes right down through the cracks.
The cracks.
You see Gaul, the Gaul that is standing there, hides himself and waits. He watched a little bit. You see you guys eventually enter the room. Harold stops holding.
So we all saw that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys open your eyes and you're back outside.
So there's two of them.
You
Now
gotta
there
be
are
kidding
two
me.
of them.
You gotta be kidding me. All right, now we really got to get in there.
Cody, could I do like a investigation check or something while we were watching him to try to pick up any of the skills that he was using, like spells or anything, or
To learn them?
learn
No.
anything?
He's also speaking Infernal while he's doing it. No, you have to have a way to understand that, and then you have knowledge of that kind of necromancy. Well, there's
I
not
didn't
much.
need to be able to do that just to be familiar with that kind of stuff.
There's not much you can do. It's like watching a mechanic fix your car. Well, you're a mechanic yourself, so for those who don't know, Evan works on planes for the Air Force. How much you work on?
I work on C-130s.
C-130s, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wow,
That's literally the only one I know. So he said that. I'm like, oh, awesome. That's the one I know.
Martino used to work on C-130s.
Did he? Oh, Martino. That's cool. That's awesome. So yeah, I won't use that. It's like watching a doctor work on you, and then you like think you know what he's doing, but you kind of don't really understand the true impact of how to do it.
He's turning the wrench. He's turning a bolt. I get it. He's putting it together. I just
If your
don't know where
doctor's
he's
turning a wrench and turning a bolt, that's something's definitely wrong.
Don't touch the sides. Don't touch the sides.
Oh, or you're playing Operation.
Putting bolts in your bones, putting it back together.
Wait, Evan, he forgot to tell you. He also works on demon hearts for the army too.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
You know what? The way this world is right now, I believe it. 2020.
That's how you get on lists.
This show's about to be so famous right now in conspiracy circles. Okay, so okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give you like the pity roll. Roll d20. Give me a natural 20, and you will begin the journey down of Infernal casting.
20.
Get out.
Yes!
Move the camera. Move the camera.
my
Warren 20.
Evan, talk seconds. We can hear you. We can't see your screen.
Could you
I
see
saw
it?
it.
Yes.
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
Yeah.
See what happens when if it just looks at me and laughs at me. Wow. Okay. Which spell were
For me
you?
not getting
Which
the one?
which spell were you interested in out of what you saw?
The cloning.
The cloning. Wow, you're so dark.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see the beginnings of a spell that interests you, and it now is possible for one day that you to get to that point where you can cast it.
Nice.
Oh wait, what happens? A boulder comes out of nowhere and does what? It kills Volt?
Sorry, Evan. You're having some static on your line. Hit the disconnect. Hit the disconnect.
I've been waiting to push this button since we began Audio Dungeon. Okay, so you pick that up. You pick up Infernal casting as you do.
Wow.
And Arella says, well, at least we now know what we may be facing behind these walls. Now how we can get through here? We're going to need some sort of a Deuce spell. Deuce says that that's what they use to get through because the walls are very sharp,
Well,
very small spaces.
didn't Harold say he can teleport us in?
I can't teleport any closer. This is crystal.
So I have a thought. How does why can't I think of Crow's character's name?
Infernal has clouded your mind with dark magic.
Botorius.
What? Wait, what?
The black speech of Mordor is barred here.
If the walls are stable, we could try to expand the tunnels. And I bring out my explosives.
Oh, no, I do not think we should be. I don't think we should be using explosives near a crystal that ancient.
I agree.
Well,
This might
if
be
not, then I do have the. I can make some of us smaller, but not very many of us.
I can do the rest. So you take
How much smaller can you make us?
by half size, I think, right?
It's one. I think it's one size category.
Is this
One size category down, right?
is this necessary for us to get through? We can't.
Speaking to a dwarf doesn't want to get any smaller.
Well, this is what I do.
That's all right. I don't
This is what I
really
do.
wanna
I like look into the cavern to like see like what we're dealing with here.
You could, if you guys are half size, you'll get through.
If we have to fight another,
Yeah, but once we're through, we can dispel it.
okay, I'm just saying. Like, I don't want to be small if I have to fight another big demon.
Well, from what I'm seeing here, if it looks like we crawl through here, we're gonna get pretty banged up getting through this.
all right,
So I think we kind of need it to get through here safely.
okay.
And
Let's do
then, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Does
So who would
Hogar
need
need
it?
2?
So say again.
Does Hogar need 2?
he needs a double.
He needs the meta magic feat.
Yeah, I'm 7 foot tall.
Well, what size category is he? It goes by size category.
No.
Isn't it above 6 is
What I'm
large?
saying, it just makes you half.
Or is it 8?
Half. So it's half.
I'm 7.5 feet tall.
So reduce the target size is halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal.
Okay, so he's fine. He's fine. He can make it. You guys go through. I'm going to give you a damage similar to what I did before, which I believe is
He's
18.
dwarf size now.
He becomes a human.
He becomes dwarf size.
He becomes a human.
You guys take 18 damage, sliding through the rocks. You get cut all over your whole bodies, but you guys slither through, and that happens for quite a bit. Okay, we are going to head over to...
Does that happen while wearing the suit too?
No, if you're in the suit, you don't take any damage.
I'm considered small at this point. Like, actually, no, I'm small and small. I was really considered
Yeah, I'll
small.
tell you, you can take quarter damage because you are...
So it's
yeah.
half of 18 or
Right, 9 damage.
9?
Okay, so we're going to go over to Arky right now.
I'm dying to see this. This is...
How you doing there, Rob?
Did I use one of my spells on one of them, or did
Yeah,
you
use 2 at least.
Okay, 2. Got it.
Arky, you are... you with me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I have my snow shirt on, and I'm ready to go. You see a wizard come over you. This wizard has green robes on, and he has wands around him, and he has 2 pistols at his side.
Take notes, Rob.
He walks up to you.
He's worried now. He's got.
I welcome you to Anwar Gnome.
Greetings.
You
thank you.
You are Arky Fint.
Correct. I am Arky Fint. A pleasure to meet you. Former mayor of the Sunken City, as you no doubt know.
I know your name, and I know you further still. I was the one who allowed the Rook to come into the city and bring you to your friends. I owe you a debt. There are many in the city that were very, very upset with me for allowing the Queen to take her forces in here. And there are many that are upset with me now, for the goblins is further still. Further still is something I say a lot.
No. I fear you have me at a loss. You were the one who made the Rook bring me back to my companions?
No. Come with me. Perhaps we will talk in a separate place.
Okay.
He brings you up to a tower. You walk around and through a lot of goblins, like exactly what I described before. You walk past a tavern called Eddie's Spaghetti, which I have to mention now. This is for the various groups that have played in my world, but they know in Anwar there's a tavern called Eddie's Spaghetti that someone rolled a natural 20 on, and they get to name it, and it makes the best spaghetti in Andaria. And that's just a thing I had to mention. So now you walk into the tower, you go up to the top, and it's almost like he's like the king of like a mining operation. That's what it looks like. When you look around this cavern, you see all these interesting building designs and such. There's a hole in the top of the cavern that kind of like has like carved out stairs that goes up. You know where that's from. And you see the waterway goes down deeper, and you see pockets of lava deep down. And it's a very interesting place. And again, you've been here before. You were here in season 1, episode like 12 or 13, when the Rook brought you here because you were imprisoned by the Rook. We're all imprisoned by the Brook. But you were imprisoned. Mike's imprisoned by the Brook. Mike, Brooke's husband. He'll never escape.
Fun
Right,
times.
right, Brooke?
Yeah, I'm surprised we're not.
I would love if she's not here for that.
It's great. I can't believe we're not getting a big
I was on the
reaction.
way to the bathroom,
Oh,
and then I heard that.
All right, even better,
You
even better.
didn't miss anything.
You
You're good.
missed nothing.
Just don't watch
Yeah, yeah.
this point at 10:31.
Yes, yes.
Some people enjoy being imprisoned.
In fact, never put this on again. No.
In fact, never play this again. Spaceballs. So you look around, and he sits down at a desk. He pulls out a cigar. Sits down in a chair like I am right now. Aki, you were brought to me 24 years ago. You weren't brought to me, but you were brought into the town, and the Rook came to see me and threatened me. And I'll tell you what he said to me. He sat in the chair right there, and he told me that if I did not allow his troops to come in, bring you in, if I put up any sort of resistance, the Queen would send their forces from the sunken city down here to Anwar, and Anwar would lose its title as the free city and become the next occupied city of the Queen. I allowed everything to happen that day, and of course we all know what happened from there, from the stories that we've all heard about your journey with your allies and such, and I do feel like I am to blame. Out of game, if you guys remember, Rook left for a long time. Go back to that episode. Rook leaves and goes to the Center Spire Tower, and you guys are there waiting, and then he comes back. So now, behind a DM screen, there was opportunities there for more to happen like that, and there are other things that could have happened in that area, but that didn't happen. You guys didn't act on it. You guys just waited. You were locked up. You were held on the guard. If you try to escape, do anything else, but it didn't happen. But that's what happened, and now he's telling you about that exact moment. So go ahead, Rob.
So, what's going on here? I see goblins traveling from this cavern, this crystal of some nature. What's going on in this city right now? Is this part of the Queen's plans?
Okay, as I told you before the story, I am constantly forced to make sacrifices. We have some powerful people here, but not many, not enough to stop those that would take this place from us. So I'm forced to make arrangements for sacrifices. And I was forced to do that like yours once again, with Kanos. Kanos sent a whole clan of these purple-skinned goblins in an effort to take a crystal, which he's very interested in. I won't lie to you, and I'll tell you that I in the beginning was taking the crystal, and I was selling it on the black market, making quite a profit. When Kanos found out about what was happening, he came in and took it for himself. So once again, I am powerless. So,
Well,
I owe you a debt. Because of me, you went through the dark and all the things that you had to go against. You may ask me of one favor, and I will repay that debt, and we will speak of it never again.
so where is Kanos now?
I do not know what Kanos is, but his goblins are here, and they're always taking his crystals out into tunnels that they burrowed into my city. Supposedly those tunnels go out through the Red Desert and further.
I see. Well, I'll need to get back to my companions to let them know where do you stand in all this? Certainly you do not support Kanos, as you said. Would you be willing to stand with my companions? You know who we are. We have fought the Necromancer. We fought Kanos. We fought the Queen.
I cannot do that.
You said you have powerful people here.
To help defend the city, yes.
Well, if I were to bring more powerful people?
Then would you become a threat? And I do not want to be a threat. I want to be left alone.
Could you at least have guides lead us if I were to bring some allies? Guides that could lead us to where these crystals are going. Maybe we could put an end to this threat for you.
No. And I'm seeing that apparently this was a bad idea.
No, what bad idea? What do you think? What favor do you want me to ask of you? What are you hoping to? What is your end game? Just to survive?
Yes.
That's not gonna happen. Let me tell you. if we don't stand up to these forces, eventually all of us are going down.
And why will not go down? Because it is not seen, as I mentioned, as a threat. It is between the cracks, between the dark, between the overworld. People could care less. And I wish it to stay that way. Remember, I've had my days of adventure. I founded this city. I've earned my name as the Gun Wizard because I was formidable in combat, I was clever on my feet. And as ruler of Anwar, I must continue to be a bit of both.
Well, I can understand that. You have your duty to your people. But if I were to lead my companions back through here, and we were to search, find out what we can, would you promise at least to turn a blind eye and not interfere?
Not interfere with what exactly?
Anything we may do. At the end of the day, you could always blame it on us. Everyone knows that the Blackwater bandits have caused trouble all over the globe. You would just be another victim of them.
What?
Canis would buy that.
Oh my god.
Wow. Just wow. Just wow, man. Wow.
The negotiator.
Yes, exactly. Hello there.
I got no words.
I will agree to your terms. I will not, to a reasonable extent, I will allow the Blackwater bandits and its allies to pass through and do what they must. That is what I can offer you. If anyone gets hurt or anything else, of course, my forces will supersede. Now, they will supersede your need for your mission, of course, and to stop whatever that you're causing. But if it is passage through or things like that, normally we do not let anyone get through without any sort of clearance for myself. But I will take the responsibility of this. Do what I can for you.
Very well. Now,
Unfortunately,
well, thank you for that. I understand the risks
unfortunately,
you're taking. Unfortunately.
I will uphold this deal, but unfortunately, I will have to take your memory and put you through the trial. I'm sorry.
But take my memory.
Yes!
Yes! Oh, man! Yes! Yes!
Arky,
fun.
Arky, you're sitting in a room. Last you were looking, you were walking through a long tunnel, and you can't remember where you were going in that tunnel. And then all of a sudden, you don't remember walking, you don't remember the tunnel, and now like your name is kind of fuzzy. And now you have no idea who you are or where you are. And you said a man's in front of you. And your first thought is that you're in some kind of interview for a job.
Welcome to Corny's Corner.
You know what? Corny went into... I love it so much.
Oh my god.
Corny went into under the Sunken City, right?
He did.
So Corny...
Could technically be there.
I love this. You're gonna watch me improv DM on the fly. Tom's just watching so happily right now. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes,
Here
yes.
you go.
Thank you.
This is a Christmas miracle. Here we are.
So you see, you hear a knock at the door, and a gnome comes in, and he goes, "Very good, right on time."
Stand and walk forward.
Guys, what is Rob's new name that's about to be given to him?
Oh, man.
Okay. Can we say it's Sparky?
No.
No, that would be so confusing.
No. But I feel like it should rhyme with Arky, though. Like
Spanx.
Farky.
Thanks.
Spanx?
No.
no,
Fancy.
Barky or
No, don't make it
or
rhyme. Don't make it rhyme.
Malarkey.
You know what? We're gonna put it up to the chat right now, guys. Give us a name for the new identity that they're gonna give Arky because they want to honor the agreement, but they can't.
Malarkey.
They can't allow him to have his memory because that would go through
Make
it.
it whistle.
Here's some ideas coming through right now. Jinky, Meep, Malarkey,
I'm a fan of Meep.
Rob.
I love Meep.
Who said Meep? Let's see what that was. That was Meep. Ardra Young.
I love it.
Ardra Young.
Ardra, you're amazing.
Sir
Me.
Ocelot. Ardra just says Rob.
Hank.
Too easy. Too easy.
Meep.
Nick Lurkin says Jingles.
Jingles. That's a good one too.
Michael Reading says Jocks. J-O-X.
Jocks.
Oni says Winfred. Derek Luxton says Bath Water.
Bath water? What?
Bath waiter.
W-A-D-E-R, like water. Waiter. Bath waiter.
What
about,
water? I'm not sure.
Nick Lurkin says Jingles.
Jingles.
Bob. Lenmar. Quanchi Panda says Lenmar. Lauren Hicks says Mr. Bojangles. Charles Morris says, what was RoboCop's name? Rob?
Oh man.
Murphy.
Murphy.
That's good.
Archer says Meep again.
Oh man.
Okay.
I like Meep.
Giraffe.
Meep.
Wolfric Lockman says
Meep.
Giraffe.
Meep's just funny.
Or Droff.
Draft.
Giraffe.
Okay, guys. I'll let you guys choose one of the names you heard right now.
Meep.
I'm totally
Meep.
I'm totally from Meep.
And Brooke, what's his last name? Meep what?
Street.
Beaker.
No.
No, something long like
Beaker.
Meep Beaker?
Meep
Longfellow.
Bojangles.
Meep.
No Bojangles.
Hans and
Yeah.
Frommer.
Not-
Meep Murphy.
Meep Murphy.
Meep Murphy. There it is. Meep Murphy.
He's Eminem.
He's Eminem.
Meep Murphy. MM.
That's
Meep
how
Murphy.
creative things happen.
Okay. Tom, you're corny of Corny's Corner. You're right there. You've been friends with Anwar, and when all this happened, you were like, I'm dipping until things get better. And you actually escaped down into Anwar, and you're here. When Arky, when somebody say that same when the town officials saw that somebody came in, and they saw that it was Arky, they talked to you about it because they know your whole thing about how you're trying to take over Arky's shop, and they brought you in here.
This is like the gift that just keeps on giving.
So I'll leave you right there. I'll let you improv the rest. So he brings you into the room, Corny. Tom is now playing Corny of Corny's Corner, and the Gun Wizard begins speaking to you. So, Meep Murphy, is it?
Yes, that's right. I'm Meet Murphy. Sir?
Meep Murphy, we have some jobs for you. You're going to have to run a trial for us, and this trial will prove that you have the worth to be here in our fair city. That's why we're here.
Well, I'm excited about it. I'm gonna do my best to prove it to you, sir.
Great. I want you to meet Corny. Corny?
Meep. A true pleasure to meet you here, and I'm sure, so sure, you're going to do very well.
Oh, well, thank you, Corny. It's my dream to one day open up my own shop, just like you.
Don't dream too big. It's better to just focus on the job at hand. But I appreciate the ambition.
I know.
Beautiful.
I will.
I love his plot line.
Oh my god.
So, as our esteemed leader, Gun Wizard, has indicated, you are going to be working for me. And if you do a good enough job to pass your trial, then you will be allowed to stay here in the free city of Anwar. I want to be honest with you. I'm going to be a tough boss, but fair. I'll give you tasks, and you have to succeed in filling those tasks. Are you up for the challenge? Meep. Murphy.
Well done.
Yes, point me in the direction. I'll do whatever you need. I won't let you down.
I'm sure you won't.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
Corny, take him to the trial. If he passes, he'll have the free will to leave or get his memory back. If you do wish to stay Meep, you could work here for Corny in Corny's Corner. He has 2 locations now, one here and one in Sunken City.
Well, that's wonderful. What do you need me to do? Just point me in the direction. I mean,
Corny. You are Meep.
Of course, I know that.
Corny, if you would
Already.
take him back outside with the guards to the trial, we will begin.
I'm nervous for you, Rob. Honestly, man, I'm nervous for you, buddy.
Okay, Corny, you go with him?
Yeah.
Okay, so they take you back outside. Rob, they take you all the way back to that door that you're at. And this door looks peculiar. This place looks very interesting. Wow, there's a river there. And like, there's goblins here. This place is pretty interesting. All different kinds of people here.
Ooh, squirrel.
Seeing it for the first time.
You see a goblin walks up to you.
Oh. Hello. Goblin.
Hi. What you doing?
I'm here on a job interview.
Corny, you're there also. Don't forget.
Yeah. But it's just a goblin.
Yeah,
assume
exactly. I'm just letting you know.
Corny, do I have to help this fine gentleman? You need some sort of...
You could come with you. You could help me. You could come with me. Yeah.
You could go with him, Meep. But if you do, you will likely fail your trial.
Oh, I see.
No, you don't need to take a trial.
I'm sorry, Goblin. I'm busy at work.
You don't.
Goblin, go on your way. You have your duties to do
you
for your
don't-
master.
You don't need to do this. You could, you could go to the tavern with me and meet other goblins.
Look, I don't know what you're into in your spare time.
If Tom would just let him like roam off with this goblin, I would die right here.
It's not a goblin. You know who it is.
Yeah.
Oh no! Actually, I was.
Oh.
Actually, no. I was paying.
Clearly.
That's even better.
Clearly.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
I'm not going to.
No. Don't.
Listen, Goblin. You go and try and pick up some fun times on your own free time. This gnome is with me, and he has work to do.
Vinny just figured it out.
Duh.
Yeah, tell the audience in case anyone was like you and not realizing who's the goblin.
Sparky.
Yes. Well, if you want to come to the tavern, I'll be there. And waiting.
It's just as bad if he wanders off with this guy.
Okay, okay.
Look, Meep. I can't believe it.
You just call him Lump.
No, I mean,
Oh man.
me to do, Corny?
Arky was always.
Arky gets confused with Sparky, and
And now
Meep gets confused with Lump.
Yes.
The free city of Anwar is
Scott should be proud.
okay? And you're gonna meet some
Can't
people
keep
here.
a name.
You're new, who are gonna, think you're a rube or think you're interested in a good time or whatever the
Yeah.
case may be. That's what this goblin wants. That's fine. You want to meet him after your trial is done.
We'll
That's
see him
fine.
after. Don't worry.
Come on,
Right.
watch your pockets.
The goblin walks off. Just walked up very frustrated.
Well,
Okay, so you walk into the door. Everyone roll natural 20. Everyone here at the table and everyone on Google roll natural 20 right now. If anyone rolls a natural 20, there will be another person that'll be going the adventure with Rob.
No, I rolled a 12.
18.
No. 9.
Evan or Dan?
Also a 9.
I rolled a 20.
Again?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you were full 20s today.
Man.
Deuce.
Wow.
Okay, so
All right. Somebody else goes with him.
Damien, who is the other person that's with him? 6 seconds.
What's Murphy's partner's name?
Isn't it a girl?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
chick.
it's a girl.
Oh.
Name.
Rob should know.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, it
don't
is
know
his
what the
favorite
name
movie,
is.
right?
Oh, damn it.
Lewis. No.
Lewis. Yeah, I
Lewis,
think
yeah.
you're right.
And
Yeah.
Lewis.
And Lewis, yeah.
All right, Lewis and Murphy.
Lewis
She's
and
a-
Murphy. Okay. What a reference. Okay. 100 stars from Scott Weber. Meep side quest. Polish corny shoes. Sparky will follow the goblin after he's sending to Bo, telling him what I said earlier. Bribery. 100
he said
stars.
to
Yeah,
me earlier?
we did that before. 100 stars from Scott
No, you
Weber.
said
Return to eat corny. Okay. Okay, so Rob, they open a door and you see there's a girl named Lewis. There you go. Like that? I like it. Merry Christmas, guys. You see the door opens and all of a sudden, poof, you're pushed into a long fall. It freaks you out.
Oh.
The girl is pushed with you. And as you're going down, the light goes off and the doors close. You're falling, whatever. And as you're falling, you're wondering, what are you doing with your life? And you fall into water. And you look around, and you're looking up, and there's a girl next to you, and she seems to be struggling. You're both in this like elevator shaft type shaft. And so it's swimming around. You cannot feel the floor. And we're going to stop you right there. We're going to head over we're going to head over to don't watch the old episodes, Rob. You cannot watch the old episodes.
I'm
gonna be
totally
next
cool
match.
with you just continuing this.
I don't know. This is just off the cuff, Tony. Just popped into my head. But maybe.
Maybe I do this, and that. Yeah, just
I
saying.
think, yes, I'll do this. No,
This
I won't.
episode
I won't.
was just this episode was just on Dungeon TV the other day. I was watching it.
Nice.
Oh, awesome.
I'm going to check the views out and make sure the views do not go up.
I would say I would go home and like disable the episode, but Rob can go home and re-enable it.
Don't watch Audio Dungeon. Everyone stop. Don't watch it again, ever, until I say when. That'll get the word out. Okay, so Tom, we're going to go to you. You now have the decision of expelling magic or do something else. What do you want to do?
I'm going to expel the magic and try and break this drain, this slow drain.
Okay,
All
make a
right.
roll. It is a 15 on intelligence check. Good luck.
All right, hold on. I almost knocked over my microphone trying to roll my die. All right, intelligence check. Need to hit a 15, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Okay, did it. That's a 19.
Okay. You throw all your magic out. It hits him and kind of startles him for a second. At the same time, you are released. You have 1 round of action. He's stunned for the 1 round as the magic goes into him. You have no.
By your powers combined, I am Captain Andaria.
Oh no! And you become Captain Andaria. I didn't see that one coming.
All right.
All right.
Nice.
Who needs spell powers?
If you spell powers, I have Andaria.
What are our shares and stuff at?
Let's check out Steve. How are we doing on shares?
49.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
49 shares. We have 59 likes, which is pretty good. Guys, one more share. If one person shares the stream right now, they will activate the totem and rerolls.
Unlock it.
Okay, Tom, you can go.
All right, I just want to say I did change as I promised. Obviously, I'm in a Feliz Navidad Christmas, and here is a Star Wars Christmas
Nice.
sequence.
Nice.
All right, so-
Tauntauns and
I might steal that from you.
Is that dinosaurs and Star Wars?
tauntauns.
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 Oh, tauntauns.
It's a Hoth Christmas kind of a
Ah, yes.
Scale is a little off,
It's
you know.
at
That's okay.
Walkers and whatnot. All right, so all right.
T-Rex
So
arms.
boom, stun him, turn it to Captain Andaria, this is what I need before I act. There's the obsidian, there's him, there's the spell components or whatever the case may be. I need to know the layout. Is the obsidian between he and I, or is it on the far side of him?
It's far side of him, between him and the crystal.
All right. I am going to hit him with a blast of energy and try and knock him into the obsidian stone.
Ooh.
Wow.
My man.
Okay. 53 shares. We just unlocked the totem, guys. That is
Yes.
awesome. Okay, so take a shot, and
Okay.
this is gonna be a range attack.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a 19. So,
Okay. You throw power from the ring of Andaria that you have. You hit him. We're gonna make him make a check if he just gets hit or actually gets pushed back. I'll do like a balance check here. Definitely failed. 5. You hit him. He gets startled back. Hits the crystal. He looks exactly like Brooke did when Brooke touched the crystal.
Oh,
And you see like going over his body. What do you want to do?
Wait, which crystal?
no, I wanted to hit him with the obsidian.
Into the
I wanted
obsidian?
to send him back. I wanted to send him packing back home.
Oh,
That was
so the obsidian crystal's on the floor. So I guess he would probably hit both because he's right there in front of the other crystal too.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize he was that close. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I,
He's
just
right
wanted to let
behind.
you know, I wanted to be clear about what my intention was,
So-
was to knock him into the obsidian.
So you push him back. He touches the obsidian. It grabs all his items in front of him by accident because you push him right into it as he's turning into everything. And he hits the obsidian. He hits the collector's crystal, and that's some craziness right now.
Oh man.
We're gonna go to the other group right now, and you guys are coming in.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, hot.
Wait till you see what happens here, guys.
I don't want to know what happens here.
God.
You guys are walking into this room as little versions of yourself. And you come into the room, and as you do, you see a large burst of light in the room. And you're like, what is going on in here? Dude, let me know if you went in with them. This obviously is just so you know, is way beyond your level. Way beyond level. It, probably death. I imagine you would not want to go forward, but in case you do, you have that right to go forward.
Triple XP.
Yeah, you don't die instantly. Blue lights are flashing everywhere. You guys walk into this room. You see the crystal of definitely an ancient, which you assume is a collector's crystal. And you're walking around. It's cracked. It's shattered on many places. And you hear all this something happening from high up, which you almost can't even see. As you guys are pouring around, you see other light and things happening. And you finally get to the point where you're looking around, and Arella points up, and you see all the way up there. The only way you can tell it's Findalar is because of the robes from a far distance. And you see him all of a sudden light up into Captain Andaria and throw something across, and he hits somebody or something or someone, and you see the crystal start to light up, almost like veins in the crystal, like lighting up brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. I'm going to give everybody in that group one round before something else happens. I'm going to start with
How
you,
high up?
Pretorius.
How high up are they?
Oh man, it's tall the Empire State Building. pretty
Okay.
much that. So,
Yeah, all right.
6 seconds.
I don't know. Brace for impact. I don't know if I should.
Round is over.
Yeah,
Vin.
that's it.
I just stare up and see what's going to happen because I don't know what's up there or what's going on.
Dan, what do you want to do? Hogar,
Wait a second. I just want to be clear here. We're in Anwar and we're looking at the.
you are not in Anwar.
No. We went through just a tiny passage.
You're just
right?
in a
now.
cavern, just an underground cavern.
Oh, so we just walked in as we were reduced.
crawl-
and behind us.
Right,
this was
we
happening
crawled
to-
through.
You crawled through like very thin rocks and sharp rocks to get through. All these like cracks in this cavern that was probably once closed, and you make your way in, and eventually you see this large crystal that's in this cavern. There's a pool of water on the side as well.
It's way up above, though. You said,
going.
right? She's
If we keep going, I think we get to Anwar.
If there are many tunnels like a honeycomb going different ways in and out of this place. Rob followed one of those tunnels hours in another direction.
All right.
You're nowhere near Anwar.
I'm gonna rush out into the room,
Okay.
and I'm gonna just try to cover the opening to the crack with my body, with my bodice.
Cover the opening to what crack?
To where we are.
Oh, like
I wanna
where
go
we
out.
came
I wanna
from?
go into the room with the crystal and then just cover the hole as best as
Aren't we all in the room already?
Yeah, you're all in the room.
Oh, we're all out. We're all
It's a
in.
large cavern with a large crystal inside of it. The crystal is the size of an Empire State Building right next to you.
Um,
I'm gonna come back to you.
I-
Brooke, what do you want to do?
Are we regular size yet or no?
You could dispel it, yeah, so you would dispel it.
So
yeah.
dispel it,
Oh,
and I wrap everyone in my wings. I gather everyone close to me.
Okay, Volt?
I cast rope trick.
Wow.
There you go.
nice.
So you can't.
And I go in.
He casts a spell. a little portal appears above you, and the portal starts fizzling out in all different ways. And you get the sense that if you walk through, you might go somewhere else, but it may not be where you intended. It looks like the Contagion episode in Star Trek Next Generation, where the portal just keeps switching to different places from the Iconians.
Oh.
Ooh.
Deep season 1.
I go
Deep.
in.
Okay, so he puts a rope into another dimension and goes up a rope into a spell.
You went up into it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Wow.
He's bored.
Holgar, back to you.
The portal looks very glitchy and unsafe.
I'll say that it looks glitchy.
No, I can't do it. All right, I just stay underneath Abyssio's wings.
We've used rope trick before, and we know it doesn't look like that.
Okay, you see the crystal from Tom's perspective and your perspective. You see the crystal starts getting brighter and brighter and brighter. The obsidian crystal that is there, he was casting a spell on, kind of either shatters or brightens up the same way as the ember crystal, and all of a sudden, like smashes together like two things attract to each other. And Tom, you can see the crystal starts to go into the obsidian like matter pouring through a black hole, spaghettifying and going inside of the crystal. The current in the room starts to pick up, and it starts to draw everything else in that room into an area. You down below just know that something tumultuous is happening above, but you don't know what's going on. And guys, I'm going to leave you right there on Audio Dungeon for next week.
Yeah.
Guess we're going back to hell.
Awesome.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Right back to where it all began.
Yes.
Guys, thank you very much for watching Audio Dungeon. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. We are live every week, Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're new to the stream, you'll see that we do a lot of theater of mind. We do a lot of role play, and we have some pretty crazy epic battles. So we are in season 4 right now. This was episode 15, More Than Meets the Eye. And if you want to go back, you can check out the whole entire series on YouTube. You can check out season 1 on Dungeon TV, on Distro, on Plex. And you can check us out some of our other shows on Fantasy Network. Guys, thank you for watching. I'm joined by Evan Moniz, our special guest, as well as the Audio Dungeon crew. I'm Tony Hansen. And guys, if you stick around a little bit, you're going to see Dungeon Talk, which is our after show, which is going to come on in about 3 or 4 minutes right here. You don't need to do anything except sit there and continue to watch. Forget what I said before about not watching the show. Do watch the show. Watch more of the show. And for guys, if you're following the show every week and you're getting involved, and I see new names in here popping up and everything, guys, take the next step and go into Discord and go get into Patreon, and you can join the exchange and actually affect the story in a large way. And you're going to see that starting this next week coming in. We got the first wave of all the fan players that gave me a whole bunch of stuff in our Discord, letting us know what they're going to do. Todd, if you can put the link into Discord right now, join up, look at the Patreon, and get a part of it. We're having a lot of fun, and we'd love to have more of you involved. We have our Gleam giveaway for one more week. You can check that out. And for Drake and Stone. And guys, as I said, stick around. Dungeon Talk is up next. We appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to you in a few minutes. Thanks.